crazy, which is good for him. Taking time with his daughter. She flew down there to meet him. Anyway, Red is working on his camera. We will get going. There you go.
Yeah, it's actually not my right camera.
You're here. Chris will come in as soon as he gets here, hopefully. And here we go. Hello, 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 everybody. Fantastic special day. Why? It's leap day, leap year. Once only every 4 years this happens, so pretty cool. Getting home, he's traveling around Florida with his daughter. She went down to visit him, which is pretty cool. I'm a little under the weather, so if you hear me coughing, I can turn it over to my Petri dishes. Are going to school and they bring home everything to pop up because they love me. Anyway, so as you know, we were told there's going to be an update of an updated version of OConnect. Obviously, that's going to be fantastic. It's when it actually on. So they update. Here's the beauty of Onpassive. They're going to update all the time. It will never be good enough for Onpassive. Never. And that's a good thing for us. And because it's SaaS, SaaS, every update they do is done automatically. So you log in. I don't know why the emojis are going. I shut it off. But when you log in, if there's an update, it's there automatically. You don't have to download something and all. You know, on phones, sometimes you download a new version and you fight with it for days. This way, it's all in the cloud. They come up with a new feature, a new function, boom, you got it automatically. It's pretty cool. It's like Christmas every day. And because the goal of the company is to keep increasing and keep making it better, that's something really throw a bunch of money in it because it's all about profitability. And the more than they expect, they're not going anywhere. Do you want a customer for a month, a week, or do you want them for a lifetime? And that's what Onpassive is working on. It really gets flying that the amount of people coming in just from word of mouth will be off the chart. I really believe that. Because once somebody comes in, an older person or somebody that maybe isn't tech realizes they could be a host in a webinar and all the functions and all the details and all the stuff they could do at a push of a button. It's very simple.
Okay, thank you, Marty. Sorry to hear you under the weather slightly. Them damn kids. We love them, but sometimes they bring things that you don't love. Anyway, guys, it's almost fitting, isn't it, that to 29th of February, we're having Onpassive 360 today rather than yesterday, with Chris's daughter being down in Florida. It gave Chris a little bit more time to spend with her before she makes her way home tomorrow. Anyway, let's do 7 days in review like we always do. Again, this will be going on our YouTube channel for you to use for people if they need. Can always go and check those as well. But let's go back to Wednesday, the 21st of February, and we were very lucky and privileged to have our CEO on with us last week. He came in. See them on. So what did he bring to the table? He said that tentatively, and that is a big word, tentatively, they are on track for the new release of OConnect by the end of this week. Don't forget, guys, it is only Thursday today. There is some of the week left still to go. He said part of that going live is that the stabilization and the debugging has already been done en masse prior to this release. So I am sure that they are gearing up and getting ready for this new release. What's coming with it? A huge amount of brand new AI features. Are we going to see them all at the same time it gets launched? No, they're going to be integrated as we move along. But those AI features are going to be virtual background and auto translation with zero lag. That's all going to be there as well. They're working extremely hard in the background, working actually with a department in the UK for this universal sign language. I didn't know this, but there are over 300 different sign languages, but there is one that's kind of universal. That's the one that's being worked on and will be integrated in time into OConnect. Fantastic news. Also, this is going to be great news for our Academy and all sorts of other things as well. Also, another one of the AI features that's going to be integrated is the ability to share documents live on screen with the participants. You can be able to select individuals or everybody. So really good. You know, I mean, you don't know if that file's too big, then you have to use Dropbox, etc., or even emails to be able to send those. To have this facility live on your screen, just click and it gets transferred to you. That really is going was a old professor of our CEO, Ashby Farah, has joined the ranks of Onpassive, and he is actually heading up a brand new department. We'll get into that in a little moment. And also, very big news from our COO, Mohammed Kamal, and that is to do with the World Police Summit. To host this massive police event. It is the largest in the world, and it has been held in Dubai. And Onpassive was chosen to be the most accomplished videos coming out now about this event. This is a huge partnership that we've managed to secure, and our CEO Mohammed Kamal was extremely excited about this. It really does put a lot of weight behind Onpassive. Why? Because of the amount of document to have this accolade to be able to host it really does add a lot of credibility to the company. So it is funny actually, because they also asked us what can they do in return for us doing what we're doing for them. Also, Ash is actually over 30 odd years ago. His name is, I hope I've got this right, and I need to ask the proper way of saying it, but I think it's Ayman Rashid, and he is joining Onpassive and heading up, as I said, a brand new department. More information for that is going to be coming in your ecosystem. And there was also an OES an OES update on Apple devices for your ecosystem, and your most up-to-date one now for Apple is 1.0.9. If you're on Android, it will be 1.0.4.4. You can check this out anytime you want. Open up that app, and at the top left-hand corner, you'll see a couple of 3 lines. Click on those. You'll see the word Onpassive, and to the right of that, it will say V and then the numbers. Okay, that's how to check. But 1.0.9 and 1.0.4.4 if you're on Android. So that was there as well in the upcoming news section as well. But that was there on Thursday. Also, very early Wednesday night, we had the written recap that was given to us by our quartet. Very, very quickly. Thank you guys for everything you do. And a very concise one was there as well. This is in your updates section of your O Founders. That was on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, pretty quiet as far as what we see looking inwards. Saturday, Maya Kellis actually and it, go to Marty's website, YouTube channel, have a look at it. It really was inspiring. Must watch as far as I'm concerned. It really was worth that as well. Monday then, what happened on Monday? We had a brand new website very, very early on in the morning. That came to us as well. And it was pretty in green, wasn't it? I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but absolutely lovely. Very subtle green colors to it, loads more information on that we had, which was 12 or 13. I really like this website. Very clean, very precise, to the point. And again, guys, I do recommend that you use the onpassive.com website as a port of call, not only for your information of products and services, but also if you are trying to explain it to anybody, send it to them from the My Link section of your passive area of it. Okay, and it will give them a complete, concise, up-to-date knowledge of what Onpassive is and what we are trying to achieve. Also on Monday, you would have noticed or not noticed, we had another 4-day extension on O-Tracker. That was to bring us into line a little bit more with where we are at the moment. Tuesday then is quiet day on Tuesday. Wednesday then we had a brand 7 different websites, guys, that you can use to send out to anybody you want to try and show them exactly what Onpassive is all about. And then Thursday today, we had a new 10-day extension to Connect. This has been confirmed in a couple of areas. If you don't know where they are, I'll explain them to you. One is in the My Wallet section. It will give subscriptions in your ecosystem as well. And I go back to saying, why do they give us the written version of that? Because we've paid for it, guys. It's something that we have purchased, and they have to give a paper trail from this. Obviously, with O-Tracker, they don't need to because it's free at the moment, and we are paying absolutely zero to use it. Anyway, over to Marty, and we'll wait on Chris. Over to you, mate.
Thank you. Very good, Red. Excellent. Excellent. Day by day. And we need it. You know, I've had many people said, you know, we go over stuff over and over, but that's human instinct, right? Everything you do, you bring it up because one day somebody catches it and gets it. Next day, somebody else gets it. It's just the way it is. I mean, I went to the same school, history went on, they teach something, and then one day people can get it in their head. One thing I'd like to bring up for all founders, including anybody, is it seems that some people focus on things they don't know. Don't do that, because it's a waste of time, because you don't know, and you start getting anxiety over something that doesn't matter, because that's a fact. When we're not sure about something, we get a 10-day extension. So we didn't pay more money, no matter what other people are saying. I haven't paid a dime since September. So I've got O-Connect for a year now. We do know that people are coming into Onpassive that have PhDs, they're visionaries, they're instructors, they're IT specialists, they're AI specialists. Why would they come here? Forget the reason this old fogey comes in from New Jersey, okay? Look at people coming into a company that really has never gone out of first gear. And stuff. But why would they do that? These are not a bunch of knuckleheads. They know the industry. They know what's going on. I think we need to put together that they saw behind the curtain. They understand where if you just look at what we've done, look at where we've been. You know, I'm not a big buff about always living in the past because people are afraid to take a step into the future. But with Onpassive, the very close history, like within a year, if you just look 1 year ago, no more, just a year, 5 years will blow you away. But that we're involved in, and all the partnerships that we formed, all the marketing that we've done and branding, it's mind-blowing. On PhDs that obviously they don't need a job, okay? To the advertising, to the are millions and millions of dollars. Millions of dollars, no doubt about it. Just think about what's going on. And why? Because they're building for the future. And I mean, listen, myself, businesses, looking what I know now, most of them weren't a business, they were a flash in the pan. But I wanted to believe that they're going to be around a while. But most of them, you're lucky if they lasted 60 days. If you're real lucky, it's 90. They got off the ground, and it was 1/10 of 1,000,000% smaller than Onpassive. Like it would, but a dot, and it just never happened. But guess what happened there? They had no problem charging. And we never saw any advancement. We just did it and did it and did it. Red's a little smarter than me. He got out earlier than I did. But, you know, you take so much time in something that you don't want to give up. You don't want to let it go because you're saying it's got to be, you know, it was time to go. Where with Onpassive, I see big things. It never happened. And thank God it didn't. Although I think it would have been a great marketing platform and people could have done very well. I believe that. But thank God the vision of Mr. Mufaro said, maybe we need to go further. What happened? It was word of mouth, a few hundred people. And look where we are today. And I know people say, oh, it was luck, time and chance, two rocks hit together. No way. There's no way was this just a random flip of a coin. There was a lot involved. And we are so fortunate. If you were in this, me for 5 years, I could never dream that I'd be part of something that goes from what it was every day. And Chris is going to make a bunch of jumping around while I'm talking, but that's okay. He'll be on next. But you know what I mean? So let's think of it. Let's think of what we've done, what we've seen, and all of that. Contrary to what some people think, all of it was done for us. Every one of us. The branding, the marketing, the name on a landmark train station, they're pocketing all the pocketing. I am so blessed. You couldn't beat me up with a stick. I'm telling you, this is phenomenal. We're going to turn it over to Chris Johnson, who, by the way, since he was making all these stuff, his daughter told him.
Shush.
Who does that?
Red,
Who
you go
does that?
first. I'm trying to.
Yeah,
Red already.
I just. Isn't it, when we all start talking amongst ourselves, it always sparks something else. And what I wanted to bring to the table is keeping your eye on the prize. Now, we all know that saying, Onpassive, to make an income from Onpassive that's going to grow and all. That's our prize, isn't it? You know, that's what we are looking at Onpassive to do. But more importantly is, what is the prize of is us. This is why they are so focused on making sure that we, the affiliates and the users, are to succeed. Now, how many times have we been told it would have been a lot easier if we weren't here? They could just had a very a normal business. They could have got out there with one product. It would have evolved and all the rest of it. But no, that's not the game plan. That is not the prize. They are focused. Us. That is what they're focused on. Now, have any of you ever been involved with anything online or offline where the focus and prize of the company is the affiliates and users of their products and services? I certainly haven't. How many times are you waiting on a phone call and you're put on hold for hours and hours, or you just can't get through? Because once that company, any company, has made a sale, they're like that, washing their hands. There is companies out there, don't get me wrong, but there is very few that have the aftercare or the care of the customer at heart. Our CEO has completely turned that upside down with this business. He has made it business to make us the winners. Is the company going to do well? Of course it is. Don't get me wrong, it's going to do well because it's going to be so big. But what he wants to do is for us to do well as well. Has to be right, and I absolutely ballistic. It really is. Over to you, Chris.
About where you've been, what'd you do? I don't. Maybe you want to bring your daughter on to explain. Anyway, no, you're right, Red. I mean, the big deal of how they take care of us just constantly. Here's the thing: people talk about time. Wrap your head around this. Mr. said, "However you're dreaming, I want you to dream bigger." Well, you can't expect the mom and pop store to help people live their dreams. It has to be big. It has to be enormous. Onpassive, we've all talked about it. There's a lot of things out there from, these outfits that everybody's putting a Band-Aid on something, right? It's a Band-Aid. Onpassive wants to change things. You can't do that unless you buck the system and you do what may not be the most popular thing outside of Onpassive. I guarantee, I was from Fortune 500 company. I guarantee there's outside forces that aren't as big as who do they think they're about, because they're into this divide and conquer mode. That's business as usual. Ash has never said that. In fact, what he has said and what I pumped out there, Red has, Chris has, I believe with all my heart, this company will be life support, not only life support, will take companies that are legit, have legit products, marketer. If I had Onpassive 20 years ago with the tools that they're going to have, I'd be set for life a long, long time ago. Long time ago. Because what was missing was Onpassive. And one more thing, you can't be big for that. Now, Chris, you've had time. You're looking good as you ought to. I don't know where you're at. You probably don't either. But anyway, let us know what's up.
All right. First of all, let me apologize, guys. I just drove, 240 miles very fast. I got caught in the so I was a little late. I apologize, but I'm here. It's the most important thing of the week for me on Wednesdays is to be here. So I do apologize. It's going to happen when I'm on the road. And that's what I want to talk about. How many of you are out there doing what you want to do right now? I am doing what I want to do. I went just getting a bus or in a car and driving when you're not worried about time. The only time constraint I had today is I had to be back at 2 o'clock. Now, I could have pulled over on many other areas and run the hot spot and got on here, but I wanted to see how quick that bus goes, and it goes fast, let me tell you. But that's what it's all about. It's bigger than all of us, and it's just that good. Do we see it yet? I saw it 3 years ago. Some people in here, they don't see it yet. Why? Because it hasn't started yet. But when it does, it, like Red said, it's going to be ballistic. Good word, Red, by the way. And I like the word ballistic because it's better than boom or blow up or anything like that. But it's something that Red loves to talk about all the time. I had to get that one in there. You know that. And Jane, I got to keep Jane going. But Marty and Red are on top of this game. What they told you the rest of your life, and there's nothing better than Onpassive out there. And I can say that why? Because I've seen it. I've seen it work. I've seen this machine run. And we ran into a couple silly things that they're working on. And once they get it going, listen, I don't care who you are, what you are. When you start something brand new, even automobiles, I've talked about it, things don't go as well right off the rip. Things take a little longer to get going. We've stalled production on cars because something wasn't right and we had to fix it. That's just how it works. That's for anything, whether it's communications, IT, a motor, a bicycle. When I bought this RV brand new, guess what? The windshield leak. I had to take it. Onpassive, in my eyes, is perfect. Are things going as we all want right now? I think so, because I'd rather have Ash fix all these little things that he's seeing right now with the tech team, rather than just say, hey, here, listen, I want you to think about this. I don't want to say a bad word. Imagine Ash Mafar said, I'm going to say a bad word, screw it. Let's just make these people happy. I don't give a crud. Try it. These guys are complaining. They want to earn money. Boom. And what would happen? Crash and burn, baby. I'm sorry. Crash and burn. I'm glad that I'm under a CEO that actually cares not only about his founders, but his company is doing things the right way. Because I guarantee every single one of you, including these two good guys on here, have been in a company, a business, or owned a business where they had to rush something to make the customer. Now, Red's a chef. I'm betting Red said, oh, that guy's complaining he ain't got his meal. I bet Red just didn't throw it together. He wanted it to be good. So Red prepared a little, probably went out and said, welcome to Onpassive. Marty the same way. If you know Marty like I know Marty, and his history of his job he had, a lot like both of us, he went in there to educate people, to learn, to talk to people about what's really going on. Not come in and force. One thing I love about Ash Mafar, he's not forceful. Regardless how many people are being forceful to him, he stays cool, calm, and collective. Why? Because he really wants it done right. Well, guess what? This is how I look at it. That's time and money in my pocket in the future. Okay? By him doing it right, it's time and money in my pocket. Listen, I'm having a blast driving around in this big old bus right now. Crazy fun. All right? My daughter's got to go back tomorrow. She's having a blast. Now, she didn't drive it. I wanted her to drive the last hour. It's not. Because I'm so excited about Onpassive. Dad, I said, honey, you don't realize how important 360 is to me, to Red, and to Marty. It's one of the main platforms where we're able to get out there, say some updates. Ask Fire once in a while pops on, blows us all away. It's that important to me. So in other words, if I'd had another hour drive, I would have pulled over and fired up the old hotspot and ran it. So, but that's what it's about. For me, look at, I'm already retired, guys. I got a pension. Didn't fill my dreams. It didn't make me dream big enough. It just said, okay, that's all you get. No. Every one of you are worth $1 billion. Couldn't or can't because either of our job or because everything costs too darn much money. Imagine this. I'm going to say this in a couple months from now. He always says, I'm going to love it. I'm going to absolutely love that. So I want you all to wake up tomorrow morning and fantasize a little bit. Let your alarm clock go off. All right, you're going to work and look at that clock and say, you know what, 2 months from now, I'm not going to have to listen to this stupid alarm clock anymore. My opinion, remember, my opinion. Old lady or the old man say, baby, let's go to Florida. Let's go find out where Chris is running around being crazy, man. All right, let's go to Jersey and wake up Marty DeGarmo and eat some of that steak he's been eating on all of this, you know. It's going to be nonstop. It's going to be fun. Guys, we used to say, Milo, favorite saying was, don't treat this like a night. Happiness and gloriness in your life. That's what it's going to give you. It's not about, listen, and most of you are not business owners. I'm going to bet on it. Some of you might have been, but this is nothing like you've ever. You're being handed, literally, a business that takes all the responsibility out of owning a business. Hey, man, all I got to do is pay taxes and get out here and say, hi, I'm a founder once in a while. That is the greatest business I've ever seen. Not worrying about responsibility as far as payroll, customers, support. I don't have to deal with any of that. All I got to do is turn on my phone or my laptop and look at my wallet and say, wow. And then realizing how much I got and what I could help on that day. Who can I help out today? Even if it's just going to a restaurant. Imagine this, going to a restaurant. And most people say a bar. That's Red. Red's the bar guy. He'll be doing this, but I'd like. And then here's my card, and then walk out the door and let them go. I don't want them to know who I am. I want them to smile. I want them to always wonder, who is that guy? And then I want them to say this, man, I can't wait to do that someday. I can't wait to walk into a restaurant and be able to pay everyone's tab. Put smiles on people's faces. Look at maybe the single mom or the single dad that's sitting in the corner with their 2 kids, and they're splitting a meal because that's all they got. You know, here, we're going to get half a French toast. No, if you know how I eat, I love to eat. All right, let's fill what Ashmafar did for us with the tech team, the Muhammad Trio, the Hyderabad guys, Susan, Professor Susan, Dr. Tarek. Let's be thankful for what they're doing for us, and let's share that with the world. Start with your family. Start with your community. I just had a grandson today. Another one. Cody's got a brother now. All right. This is my day. I'm driving 70 miles an hour. My daughter said, slow down, Dad. No, we got to go. Joey just said not spend their rest of their life in a factory or all the other stuff. Now, I want him to go to school and get an education. That's something that I want him to experience. Let him go to high school. Let him go to college. Get that experience. But I don't want them to experience a 60, 70-hour work week in a factory or something that'll kill you, cut you, slice you, dice you, and be absolutely miserable the rest of your life. That's what I want to do. I want to take people from that life. So I don't know whose birthday it is because I haven't seen nothing, but happy birthday. If it's your birthday, God bless you. If you're sick, we're still praying for Robin. I know Harold showed up on trivia the other day, and I seen that in the picture. Really cool. And anyone, daughter here, I'll be able to clean my bus too because she's got it a mess. Let me tell you. Kidding. I'm kidding. But anyway, be excited, be happy. Listen, and this is just what I want to do. This is just what I wanted to do. Every one of you got something. Don't say, oh, I want to do what Chris is doing. No, there's something that you all have in the bottom of your heart that you've always really wanted to, but you knew you couldn't. Start thinking about it. Start planning it. Write it down on a piece of paper. Stick it on your refrigerator and magnet. This is what I'll be doing soon. All right? Keep yourself motivated. That we don't have to worry about what he's got to go through. Every one of us, Red went out, went to one of his friends' wake, sent him off in style. Marty DeGarmo is eating the greatest meat in the world. He's enjoying his grandchildren. I get to watch my grandchildren be born, spend time with my daughter. Ask him as far as working his ass off. Sorry about the language. It's the truth. So I have no worries. I have plenty of patience. Ask when you're ready to let this crazy machine fly. I'm right there with you. I love every one of you. God bless. Marty or Red, back to you.
Yeah, let me add something. I want everybody to know. You see, nothing to do with it other than he met Onpassive founders, and that's what he loves to do, and that's what he's going to do all over the United States. Let's keep it. Give up his life to be able to take a couple weeks to do what he wants to do. Remember that. But like he said, the Onpassive will take you to that next level where because money can end. And I want everybody to know, everybody here dream big when he says that, but just remember, it's possible. It's going to happen. Give it time. Be in it. You cannot have the mindset of, well, I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to wait and see. Every time you wait, another lap was made. So you can't expect to be on the guy that made one lap. So don't miss anything if you can help it, please. I'm saying it because I don't want you to miss it. I want everybody to be there. And I'm really happy to say that I've been, sorry, I went to different bigger. I'm seeing more and more people come out that I met for the first time. I'm going, oh my God, where have they been? And people that's been here 3 or 4 years, that's what I want to do. I want, because I believe just because somebody has a title or they're doing lives or they're doing, there's very, very important you out there that are the biggest of all, my opinion. So that's why I love to shine the light on other people. And I think a giver's a giver. You want them to have the resources so they can give more. I mean, it felt so good to give. I've done it, and it's like he can chow. All right, that ain't pretty. But anyway, no, that's all. Let's look at it. Let's look at what we have. Look at where we're going. And like Chris said, I want this to be around past my life. I want it to be around for my children, my children's children. And the only way that can happen is
there you go. Have I got anything? Do you know something? Whenever I hear Mr. Johnson over there, doesn't it not fire you up? How can it not fire you up? Why? And I'll tell you why it always amazes me when Chris talks is he always says, I've got nothing. But he always has so much to say. And the reason he has so much to say is because everything he says from within him, from his heart, of what he is feeling about Onpassive. Now, Chris really is a newcomer to Onpassive in real terms. He hasn't been here in the early days that many of us have. honestly, does he need Onpassive financially? Well, the answer to that is no, it doesn't. He's got a very good pension that he got from Ford. And other things that he's done and invested in gives him a very good lifestyle. Has he got people that are bleeding him dry at the moment? Oh, yes. But that doesn't matter, does it, really, at the moment? But what he's trying to do, and what he is sincerely trying to say here, is that on this money and time freedom, this is what they're looking to try and achieve. And I said this, Onpassive's goal is to make us successful. That is what they want to do. Does the company want to make money? Does the company want to be successful? Absolutely. Nobody would want a company not to be successful. But their main goal is our success. The man who's just come on the screen now jumps through hoops daily to try and make sure that his vision and his goal of what he wants for us is achieved. Than they should do. Maybe you should put your shoes on of our CEO and see exactly what he has to go through to try and realize the goal of what he's trying to achieve. And that is success for the business, but more importantly, success for the affiliates and users of Onpassive. And when Chris Johnson starts talking, this is exactly what he is trying to say to all of you. He's successful in his own right prior to Onpassive, but Onpassive is the only. Everything is in place, guys. The foundations have been laid. The personnel are in place. The products, they're waiting in the background. There's just a little bit more to go. And when that goes, Ashma Farah.
I'm good. I'm waiting for that guy to speak up, and I'm not talking about DeGarmo. I hear Marty all day long. There he is, Mr. Happy, Mr. Lucky, a man of the hour.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I didn't plan to come here. I hope you're doing good. That's what kids do to you. You should do what I did to my kids. I have them for sale. I feel the same. I lost my voice, but I think of what can I share with you at the moment for today. There is so much going on now, and I felt I prefer to get back to my team and make sure that what I can share with and I thought about the following. I can allow me to package and organize my thoughts and menu or so PM. I'm not sure the time. I know they recorded and put it online, so no worry. We will make it available for you if the time zone is inconvenience for you. But hopefully we'll be in a position where we can package and organize what we can share with you without getting into trouble. But all good news, because I don't come here to tell you what I go through or the company and our struggle. Perhaps that is something we I'm not sure what was said and has been said before I got here, but if we could have shut down Onpassive too, is we grew up so fast that we got so much attention, and you're not allowed to in the corrupted market. You're not allowed to grow fast. You're not allowed to pop out of nowhere and help people change their life. You're not allowed to do that. By give up or complicit in that corruption. One of the two things. So to continue with integrity and have a fair, that is not allowed. So one of the two options, either you give up, you don't have room in this chaotic swamp. I talk about the market, or you go the crooked way. We were faced with that. The signs started, showing up. People wanted to shut us down and all of that. They put a lot of effort, sadly. And I thought about that. I And then it continued after that. Everything intensified uh, to even add more pressure on you so that you can surrender and just either again complicit or walk away. You could save your life. You could do what's good for you, but uh, the truth, you're going to let people who we created the whole entire concept of Onpassive for. Uh, that's our purpose. Those people. So to um, focus on the benefit of a politics in general, what it means basically. Um, the entire nation, any given nation, works hard and is manipulated to the advantage of a few that are incapable and they have no skill, no talent, no genuine intention to change their own people life, and sadly, some cases, their country and people is are the last two things that they care for. And what happened is the entire nation, with its reason that again they don't know to do anything in life, they have no value, talk, or the only skill that they have is how to scare you, manipulate you, so you can just again surrender and follow them just like a slave. All right, that's what it is. Of course there's some clean people, but they don't last. Chances we don't know about them. They try to do what we're trying to do. They, but they're attacked constantly. Okay, they create scandals for them. They swallow them. So that's how the market is, just the same way. Uh, just like politics in general. Okay, it's meant to way above 90% work for the few percent. That's what it is. To change that concept, those few percents that they have the most power and control of everything, so like I said, things intensified as we go, but after a while you start like, why is everybody talking about just quit, do something else or take care of yourself? Like a few, just take care of yourself, or maybe the people who are surrounding yourself, and then, you know, screw everybody else. That's how they talk, just like politics. Yeah. And then I questioned that concept. Like, should I quit? Like, what does it mean? Like, why? That, like, okay, very scary, terrifying. I don't allow myself to think about it. And then recently, I know something that I can control my thinking. So the minute I have that look into my brain, I stop it, and I stop thinking about quitting. Thinking, okay, I don't even allow myself to start thinking that way. And I go back to the basis. I will do things that no man ever done on earth. Never. Okay. Why? It just the only thing I will do. I don't have a purpose to be wealthy, create a legacy for a few, or the Mufaras, or the go long time ago, even before Onpassive. I don't live for myself. It's boring, it's unfulfilling, and um, um, it's not fun. Uh, so the only reason I'm here, I am doing it, and when you have that intention, I think um, in a very miraculous way, get pushed in your life. You never thought they're not, and then you get a sky high uh, potential steps in your life. You never, they never occurred to you. And you think, God, I ask you for this. Like, why? Oh, whoa, that's too much. Easy on me. I'm happy that most of the garbage is, or I'm happy to tell you, is most of it is behind us, and because we've insisted to continue the journey, but of course we have to up our game. We must have protection, because again, when you're growing so fast, those attacks are going to continue, and you powerful people that we have within the company are unstoppable. They're to you in a matter of a short period of time, you're going to see where we are today. We're at a level that we create things much faster, more advanced. Turning points that happened. So, for example, like to have backups, Plan B, C, all of that, and how that worked perfectly, but you still succeeded in A and B. If it's all possible, I want to. I love. This is my passion. This is all I do, by the way. I suck at everything else. Okay, but I love this, and that's the only thing I can do. Now, um, I there is a billion% chances that Onpassive, starting this year, will start making a major paradigm shift in many sectors in the globe. And um, that we had planned before or worked on before, we fortunately kept it away. Otherwise, that could have been attacked. So now we come up with things like, oh, okay, but it's too late to try to resist it. It's just my heart, okay? My heart wanted to make sure, no matter violation, to do something good. So again, God will lead you, and I'm glad that of what they will allow me to share with you. But make no mistake, we are going to shake up the internet. This is the Onpassive internet. It's forget the old internet. That's outdated. That's messed up. It's corrupted. It's complicated. It's expensive. It's abusive, manipulative again. But we have a better version now, and I think you're going to be glad to be a part of this. Perhaps I don't ask anybody to uh, if it was a country, it would be the largest country in a matter of a couple of years. If it was a country, it would be the largest population. All right. And but here's the thing. Let's think about this. Don't you think there are a few people in every country that you wish they're not there? Country of Onpassive is definitely the best of the best. So we have a collective or selective population rather than not just everybody. So China and India, the largest two populations, 1.4 billion. Uh, but definitely there's some people that have the best smart people with us. That's why I don't want anybody to believe or anything. We're just going to be the biggest, but with the best people. So if you are swingy and doubtful person, a skeptical mentality in a negative way, um, we don't want you to be from our population, and you don't qualify for our standards. Everybody can benefit, or anyone can benefit, but uh, it's their choice at the end. And I hope my voice is. I'm trying not to raise my voice because it gets congested and blocked like I don't know why. I think Chris Johnson smells too good. But let's make this even more valuable. Since you heard me and my plan, maybe uh, until then you can propose some of the thoughts or the topics. Okay, I think they last a couple of hours every day or every Friday. So they start at 9 and 3 p.m. They leave like within 12 minutes or 13 at most. But this disclaimer, Chris. Okay, you have to have a red flag or like those on the beach. So tell me something. Maybe you could suggest my brothers here and everybody else. You can suggest a few topics or things that are in your mind, like uh, the release of OpenNet, the commercial version, um, in one word, so that like you wouldn't have to wait till tomorrow. Uh, um, we we sent it to the QA tomorrow. Okay? I'm sorry, yesterday. So by tomorrow we will have the first estimate of if there's any bug or anything. If all good, then it looks like we so healthier to be in the beginning of like a working day. So just in case when we go live. So the new O Connect will go with it's a fine-tuned product. It's definitely more stable, and it's redundant in every way. And of course, new design and some added features. And I wish I could share with you another thing about video conferencing technology, but I will have to check on that part. If I can say it, because nobody would expect it. Nobody would expect it. It's beyond genius. To be honest with you, uh, we've got results better than hoped for. It's a different direction. Okay, so that is a topic. We can probably have a good estimate if anything wrong, if all good. Tests, but they're minors, not because everything has been. So I will have a better update for you tomorrow on that. But everything is intact, on track. Like, okay, I think we're done. We're ready to go live. Okay, so we're testing that, obviously, to make sure that nothing uh, drastic happened. And by the way, nobody's paying for that at the moment. Okay, so we kept extending that. I believe it or not, tomorrow is March. Better with time. Some people just paid as little as $93 or $100, whatever, for the entire year and unlimited use and capacity, missions aspect, and more. We can address also other products or just waiting for the Connect official release. So rolled out, which is not paid, so we're going to have more values that will attract the market. A few things are being revamped. We're not going to say like this is a new version. No, no, this is a whole different product. I'm not going to mention the details. We'll do until we see that's the only way we will settle is when we see the world in a better place or look in better shape. I guarantee we will do that. I already know. I have the scientific evidences that what we have coming and what we've done uh, is going to thrill you and is going to make you be proud that you are a part of this journey, the least to say. So, if you have something in mind, just collect those ideas. Let me know, and I'll make sure that I'm allowed to talk about them. I'll be happy to address them tomorrow. So it sounds like it can be very productive tomorrow because we can just get in business and just. Uh, I think it is so clear to anyone that we're um, so transparent that we have no reservations on anything. It just sometimes for internal reasons and things are happening, you don't want to put the information too soon out, but we have no intention to keep anything away because we're proud of what we do. It's that simple. I don't believe in secrets. So take it away and thank you for putting up with my voice. But tomorrow, maybe uh, it will be better. So invite your fellow Onpassivians tomorrow, and let's have fun. And bring a topic. We can hang out and talk. There's so much going on, and let's make it useful. Again, if the time zone is not comfortable to your schedule, that's okay. You can just try to watch the playback if it's available. Nothing like the live copy, or you could read if you like. But I have so much to share with you. Let's see what I can do tomorrow. Any ideas? What do you think I can check to ask?
Surprise us. Just surprise us. We like surprises.
No, we'll get a collection of what the thought is, Ash, so that you'll know. Give us a chance to think about it.
What size shoe does Ash wear? There's one question for you. What's your shoe size, Ash?
10.5.
I can use a gift. Somebody's planning to send me a shoe.
Yeah, be careful because you're getting shoes if you say it. Yeah.
Depends on what country they're in. So if they're in the U.S.,
Minnow's gonna send you shoes. I guarantee. Anything I say,
I'll give you my size because I know
what's
she
wrong
can't
with my
send it.
shoes?
We just was wondering if someone asked what your shoe size was. Mine's
But
10
what's wrong with my shoes, Minnow?
We can't ever see them. We only see your head. So I don't think you wear shoes. I think you wear moccasins.
They're proportionate to my head.
Do that. Is it slopey or what?
So 11 and a half. I don't know why.
I can use shoes, Chris. 15 triple E. Okay.
You might just give you. I'll just give you my water skis. Good Lord.
Yeah, I don't know what that translates in the UK. Red 47.
47 will be, well, I'm a 44, which is a 10. So, yeah, 11 and a halves.
Oh man, I wore
11
10
and a
in
half,
sixth
12,
grade.
depending on the brand. Some
Yeah.
brand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a 44, which is 10.
I didn't know what I was feeding my feet when I was growing up, but they were growing like weed.
Ash,
Sometimes they used to say my shoes at home. It's like Noah Ark. It's no, yeah.
you,
It's
you know,
it's like a boat. It's not.
today's Marty's 5th year anniversary with Onpassive too. You know that.
Tomorrow, actually, 1st
Is
of
it
March.
tomorrow?
Richard, yeah.
My grandson was born today, leap year day, I think, and Marty's 5-year anniversary. There's 2 ways to celebrate right there.
Oh, calm
Beautiful. Oh man, I feel bad for those who. Uh, so his birthday is celebrated every 4 years.
Yeah, that's what my daughter was explaining that to me on the way
It's
back.
perfect. We'll live to 400 years old, you know.
Oh, he was born yesterday?
Chris, do you know anything? I mean,
no,
I just need
no.
to know. Okay,
Once my
well,
daughter leaves, I go back in this little
she's
bubble.
always feeding you the information.
She's my number 1 kid, right, Joey? I know you're listening, but come on. So now I'm a granddaddy 2 times over. Unbelievable.
Is this where we
Way to
say
go,
you don't
brother.
look old enough, Chris?
I'm old enough, trust me. You can see the gray hairs. That's why I wear this hat.
Ash, we'll set it up and
Yeah,
hopefully see you tomorrow. And that would be fantastic.
absolutely.
Yes, that's
And
what I plan to do, unless something, you know.
It's on. Yeah.
Are you gonna
and
do
you were
it?
right. You were right on topic as well, Ash, because what you were saying to us is exactly what we were saying to everyone else.
Yeah, always.
Are you gonna do it in your office, Ash?
First, you want to know about his shoes.
Well, no.
Then
I
you want to know if he's going to do it in his office, whatever the freak that means.
I have not bothered him since I got to Florida. I was gonna bring him a coffee or something. Look at him, Johnson. There's no way you're coming near me.
You want me to stop the recording, Ash?
Yeah, definitely, because the next thing I expect is he's gonna ask about my underwear size.
No.
All right, it's done. I wish I could have got that before you said the underwear size, but that's all right. You're a little too quick, Papa. Yeah.
Yeah, creepy Johnson.
Creepy Johnson. Bad Ronald. It's Bad Ronald.
Bad Ronald. Oh, Bad
My
Ronald.
man. So good to see you. You look much better, definitely.
He has no suntan though. I'm trying to figure that out.
I am a little burned. I mean, I was out in the sun for a little bit the other day, but I'm trying to stay away. Sun's not healthy for you. When I sat in the sun my whole life, but I don't want to have my friends that are older than me have skin cancer in their face. They got to get it burned off all the time. It's not worth it, man. I don't want to go through that. I'm here and there, and that's it. Look at Ash. I don't think Ash has ever seen the sun.
You think so?
If you're the most palest guy I've ever seen that comes from the Middle East, let me tell you.
Well, what do you think he does all day?
Well, I know that, but look how pale. I mean, that's good skin there. He'll never have a blemish or.
Look how pale. That's not a compliment.
That is a compliment.
Yeah, that is racist. Just to let you know,
It really is, yeah.
that is racist.
Flat, right up to the bone, yeah.
He has a preference.
He
And the
does.
lighter the color,
He does.
the
He does.
palette is his preference.
Yep. You pale face something. Yeah, he's missing the rest of it.
He's
Chris,
pale.
Chris, you know the expression "quit whilst you're ahead."
Oh yeah.
Okay. Have you seen Peter Srur,
Oh,
hair?
he's
Ginger?
yeah. Oh yeah. He's a ginger.
I will show you a picture for myself. I was ginger.
Really?
Then, believe it or not, then light brown, dark brown,
Peter's almost
until
like. Listen,
turned
Peter's
into
transparent,
almost.
Ash.
So it's too
Yeah.
dark brown, by the way, my hair. Okay, but almost natural black. Not yeah. Now under this,
Uh-oh.
it's whiter, but this has been so much under the sun Mr. I live in the Sunshine State for now.
For now.
But I've lived. I love outdoors, so that's why. And I never use protection, by the way.
Never?
No,
Good.
it's
No, we're
boring.
getting
I mean,
there.
let's not say never, 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 but it's not a usual thing I do. Yeah,
I'm going shark fishing in 2 more weeks, dude.
yeah. That's another reason I got.
I'll be sending you
Charcoal's
the
up.
pictures of what you're missing, just to let you know.
Yeah, you sitting there with a pole in your hand and no shirt. Yeah,
Oh no, where they go is there's always catching sharks. I'm
I
excited about
do
that.
what I like to do. I'm making something for the crowd, not just for myself. So I enjoy.
There you
I
go,
enjoy doing
Chris.
that.
There you
There
go,
you go,
Chris.
Chris.
You guys did not do the reminder about no live streaming this because there's people live streaming it again.
They can do.
We kind of tell them not to because
Talk about my shoe size and
your
my
underwear, shoe size.
You got the underwear in right at the end. Yeah, you did it. Made sure.
Pete,
What second?
Peter's sure if the sun hits him right, you can see right through him. He's transparent. He is so light, it's not funny.
Even now he's living over where he
We
is.
definitely saw his legs, Chris. You know what I'm talking about?
But he does have the darkest eyes I've ever seen on a human being. His eyes are so dark. I asked him the first time I met him, I said, "Oh my God, dude, I've never seen eyes that dark. Dark eyes. Egyptian. They got those dark eyes. Does Dr. Tarek have dark eyes like that? Ash?
Do you have a list of
I'm gonna
questions?
start paying attention. Yeah,
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta pay attention to people's eyes.
I am horrible at checking people's eyes.
You might want to
shoe
run
size
what you can because
and
he's
palette.
he's moving up your body, Ash. You know what I mean?
I'll start taking notes for you, no problem. Yeah, but I
Because that's
haven't paid
important. Yeah.
attention so far.
Yeah, in the
Chris.
meeting, make sure you tell them, "Hey, stand up. I want to see your shoes."
You see, Chris, do you see what Peter just put?
I know.
You want the blood type, social security number? What else?
No, I don't want your social security number. Good Lord. I already got DeGarmo's, and that got me in all trouble. Look how skinny Marty is. Isn't that unbelievable? His face. He's completely transformed. Look how thin your face is, dude. Your neck is coming back. You got a neck again.
You know, he's getting. I haven't talked to him a lot in the last couple of days. He's getting on my nerves already. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
You mean
Two days away from Chris Johnson. Now look at him.
Your turkey neck's almost completely gone. No more gobble gobble. You look good, man.
Thank you, Chris.
I got it. I got to lose it now.
You gained weight since you've been in Florida, haven't you?
Oh my gosh! All I've been doing is eat. Every restaurant around here, we go 15 times a day. It seems like. So, I did have a home cooked meal last night, which was really nice from my aunt and uncle. So, Swedish meatballs, man, was it good? They had a really nice place too.
Chris, did you get my message?
Yeah, I did. I replied back. You have size 12.
I never listened to you.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
15 Triple E, Chris. Tell.
Team Triple E. Don't tell Manouche you're gonna send you a set of shoes now. What was Ash? You guys only size 10? Red, you got only size 10? As tall as
Yeah, I'm a 44-10.
So like really you just might fall over if the wind blows right because your feet are so tiny, right?
You know what we did?
Size 10's not tiny.
We begged that Chris would come back in time.
Yeah, you begged me.
And now after this, I want to.
We're regretting it now. That's
after this, I want to talk to God and retract some of my prayer. Okay.
Dude, you should have seen how fast I was going the last 10 miles. My daughter's going, Dad, slow down. I said, we're fine. It's only 80. We're doing good. There's no police around. This thing cruises. The faster I go, the more smoother it rides. I'm not kidding you. It's pretty fast truck. It goes.
Mr. McBarr, we will pack the house tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And it will be good.
Well, only winners, okay?
That's all we do.
Do we have?
Well, wait a minute. We'll have all winners and Chris Johnson.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
Someone's got to show up. Now we have the 10,000 limit. We're gonna use Ron's or Minnows, or do we have a bigger one we can use?
No. We'll be okay with 10,000.
I could.
No. I know.
I
See
can
this.
send you a link. Yeah.
See, that's what I said. Let's use ashes and let's get everyone. I want to see more. For
I'll
once,
make them the co-host. Yeah, sure.
20,000, man.
Okay. Yeah, send it to me, and then I'll
Good
because
Lord,
I'm gonna do something.
that's not fun. All right, go do some work. Gosh, go do something, will you? I love saying that too.
Look how he learned to ignore you.
He did. He's real good. He's getting real
Like
good.
like his hearing thing is completely off.
He's because he's talking to the tech team, saying, "What can I say? What can I see?" I know he is.
No, he'll know that tomorrow.
Tell him I said hi, Ash. Thank you for all the hard work. Actually, I could. Oh no, wait. I'd come down and hide your band, buy him out coffees. But I know you take very good care of that. So
I just want to give you a news flash. You cannot go there in your camper.
I know.
Ash, whilst you're here, how do you pronounce the new professor's name? Ayman Rashid or Rashid?
You did a good job. I heard you. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Is okay, is it? I wasn't sure how it's meant to be. So
Yeah.
that's good then. So it's Ayman Rashid.
We call him Dr. Ayman. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a few other ones are a little bit more difficult, but there's another genius. He's been with us, but now we're bringing him to the public stage. Frank, Mr. Frank, he's a Cameroonian living in the UAE in Dubai. But he focuses more than Bob and Oliver. And
I got it. They didn't get it. They completely missed it. Marty, you missed that one.
What?
See, you didn't even hear it. He says they.
Well, don't just walk in.
Ash said he focuses more than Bob and Oliver.
Oh, he knows. Yeah.
Oh, he completely missed it. Ash, it went right over his head.
It's only Bob that you have to be careful with focus.
He's getting
but
better.
like Cameroonian, that more like not. You're not gonna tell Cameroonian.
Collins, don't make me get Collins in there.
Collins will be there all night. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, no. Mr. Frank is not coming tomorrow night.
No.
Saturday morning there. But I'm just saying that's another name. Easy to say. There are a few difficult ones, but there's some easier.
How's the family, Ash?
Last I checked, they were still with me, but they seem up to something. Every time I check if they're still around.
Once you get everything rolling, can you please fix I-4? That is the worst road I've ever driven on in my life.
My wife was telling me yesterday that she stopped thinking that my life is going to get any easier, and that's not a bad thing. She said we were practically discussing like how could we cope up with this because responsibility is increasing, passion is increasing. I got crazier projects are coming, so it's not going to get any lighter for my schedule. So we were just thinking, how can we sustain through that with the family relationship and myself and my health? No, practically doing that, not like in a way to complain or no. It's before we used to think, oh, like you think now, Chris. Yeah, it's like you get things rolling. No, it's not going to slow down. It's going to intensify constantly. So that is not something that is going to happen because work doesn't finish. I mean, and we're not here permanently. So in that little time we have, we want to do everything we can. Make sure, like the day you check out, is like make sure you have a good conscience that you did everything in your power to do good.
Amen.
Yeah, that's why time matters. It's the only thing you cannot recycle. Time. is precious. So, yeah, things are not gonna be ever easy or light on my side, and it's my choice. I'm happy with that. It just I have to learn how can I sustain through that
Right.
or get better. Doing good so far.
Well, you look good. That's what's important.
Yeah.
You are getting a little long on the top again there, boss. I think you need a little trimming again. I'm going to send over my barber. She'll take care of you. I went to an 80-year-old barber over here somewhere in Orlando. I can't remember what it was. She cut my hair because my hair got so long, and boy, was she funny. I'm going to send her to you. You'll like her. She's got a good spirit in her.
A lady barber.
Lady Barbara, at least, okay, I'm going to say about 70 years old, 70, 72. She did a pretty good job, though.
When did you do that? Today?
No, the day my daughter came, a week ago, week and a half ago.
Can I see?
Oh, it's all hair. I'm all mad at it now, but
Did you pay her by the acre or?
yeah. She should have got
By the
life.
pound.
She should have got life. No, really, she didn't do a bad job. It's just I got hat head right now. That's all. See, I like my hair short. Not a short spread, but short.
I don't get a choice about my hair being short or not, Chris.
I gave you that'll grow all your hair back. I gave you the solution.
Yes, I'm not going to do that, by the way.
So you try it. It works. If you hear it, listen. It's stress causing you to keep yourself groomed like that. When you hear red every day, that's a little stressful.
Chris, she's going to kill you. Can I just say that? When she meets you, she's going to kill you.
I'm making her famous. Let me tell you. Everyone calls me and says, hey, say red. They want me to do it every time now.
You know, the crazy thing that there are 4,000 people are listening to us right here. But
that's kind of funny.
Yeah, but hey, we're human, right? This is what we talk, and sometimes, we miss our brothers and sisters, and we just want to have a normal chat.
I'd like to see 20,000 tomorrow. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, okay, we can do that.
We can do that. Just got to push it a little
bit. We know ahead of time. We'll get a lot of people.
Yeah.
So for me, 2 haircuts and my hair, I can make a pillow with it.
That's right.
2.
You watch by next Monday. I'll say, give it a week from Monday, it'll be all bushy again. My hair just grows. You want to hear something funny, Ash?
Yeah.
I went to Miami the other day. Me and my daughter jumped on the super
I
train.
heard that.
It was fun. And we took that boat tour that shows you all the celebrities on Star Island and stuff like that. And guess who had the biggest house in that area? It was a guy, you'll know his product, but you won't know his name. And his house was, this is 3 acres.
I know a few in there. And there are many Latin people, too.
No. The guy that created the little blue pill.
The little blue pill. You're talking about Viagra?
Yes. He's got the biggest house there, and his greenhouse is.
So he's from Visor?
Yeah, I don't know where he's from, but all I know is that little blue pill must really do wonders.
I don't even know his name.
Wow, the blue pill makes everything big.
George Crush, something. It was George Crush, I think. They said you won't know his name, but you'll know his product, and I couldn't.
How big is his own? Like I care.
I'm sitting there.
That's just
was it standing tall in front of you, Chris?
Yeah, before he took the pill, it was just like a little cottage.
Was it high and erect in the sky?
Yes, it was very tall. Very tall.
I don't think he heard.
It was a very stiff structure, Ash. It was a very stiff structure.
So was it erected high in the sky?
It was erected really high. Oh, I'm not kidding you, Ash. I was blown away by that. Here you have, listen, Gloria Estevan, the soccer.
Gloria Stefan, I've seen her home. Yeah.
Yeah. The soccer player. Who's that big soccer player over there? Red Beckham.
Beckham's got a place there.
Will Smith.
But also Will Smith.
Will Smith lives there. He's actually there. And Antonio Banderas, he's got a really beautiful home. J-Lo,
J-Lo, of course.
They live
and Mark Anthony. Yeah,
Mark
her
Anthony, yeah.
husband. Yeah.
Ooh, beautiful places, man. Right on the water. It was. I like Miami. Miami's my kind of town.
Did you see mine, Chris?
Hey, Ash Mufara, he used to live there too.
You lived in Miami?
North Miami, you could say.
I think Miami's gorgeous, man. But there's some taking that. Have you ridden that train yet?
Say it again.
Have you ridden the bullet train yet? The super train you got to take.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, your kids would probably like it, but it's pretty cool.
Probably.
Better than driving 2 hours from here to get to. We had to drive.
Oh, you went with the train or the RV?
No, had a Uber driver take me to the airport, and they have their own station, like a plane station. It's absolutely beautiful, and you get on the train there, and it takes you right to Miami. It goes to Fort Lauderdale. It makes like 5 stops, but all the way to Miami. It's really cool.
How long?
I think it was 2.5 hours. But the reason it takes long is because you make a lot of stops along the way where they let people on and off. But it probably goes about 85 to 90 miles an hour because you ride right next to like a 70-mile-an-hour freeway, and you're way past these people. You're going by pretty fast. But sure beats driving. I thought it was a lot of fun. What is that? 2018 plus? I get it. Boy, we just ruin everything, don't we? Bad Ronald.
Below average intelligence, stay here. If you're intelligent, please. You'll be disappointed to be here.
Come tomorrow for the real stuff.
Yeah.
But that I really liked the boat ride. It was probably about 90 minutes long, and it was a beautiful day. And then we went over to Margaritaville and had the big lava chips or whatever. Oh man, those are good. It was a lot of fun. Lots of fun.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, brother. You deserve it. Yeah, especially after that trip. I know.
I still feel a little bit. Not bad though. I'm actually doing really good, I think.
Yeah, you look good. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Absolutely. Watching my daughter out there. She's sitting with my cousin Lee outside. Well, it's not sunny here. It's actually really cool here. In Orlando, or where I was in Sun City, it was gorgeous. 80 degrees, solid sun. And they live
I'm sorry.
Where I went to see my aunt. They're what do they say? North of Tampa or south of Tampa? I can't remember, but beautiful neighborhood. And they got like a big pond in their backyard. And this morning there's a 9-foot gator swimming across, which I thought was cool. He said, "Don't let your dog out there because that thing will grab your dog." So I thought about it for a second.
Wait, ask Jane if she has an extra map to send it to the guy here.
Yeah, I will.
Fred.
A little TV.
Little TV.
TV for you, so you can check the weather.
Yeah, she's gonna send him more than a map. She's just said.
Hey, Red, did Chris call you? He's gonna call you. My daughter and her husband are going to Manchester. Going to see right over there.
Oh, okay, cool. Did you give him my number?
Yeah, well, I gave him your Facebook.
Yeah, okay, cool.
From there, so you don't have.
Yeah, if I can help out, I certainly will.
Yeah, he's a big soccer dude. So.
Yeah, Man City, which is really rare, to be fair, for somebody overseas supporting Man City. Normally, it's Man United.
His degree is in sport.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, but he's a teacher. Yeah. But that's what his actual degree is in sports broadcasting.
Normally, over towards Dubai and Middle East, there's a lot of Manchester City supporters because of Etihad, and they're sponsored by Etihad and that. So,
good kid. Good kid.
Hey, Garmo, how's Jaden doing?
He's
good.
His legs are cleared up. They had him on some kind of stuff for a week or 2 weeks. They have no idea. I mean, it was pretty bad, but yeah, his legs are better. Got other problems, but nothing. It's got anger issues, but we're working on that. So.
Grandpa issues. I don't know how your grandkids are like should be perfect the way you are, Marty. You're such a perfect guy.
Thank you, Chris.
I mean it. You're a good guy, dude. You're a good guy. Red now, on the other hand, that's a whole different story. All right, Ash, you got work to do or what? Or you just want to hang out with us for a while longer?
Just a couple calls, I'll be good for the day. I'm not kidding.
Just a couple more calls?
Yeah.
What is something that you all really want us to know? What is something you all really want us to know?
No, don't go there. Wait till tomorrow night.
I'm not talking about a passive.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Just whatever he wants to tell us that he wants us to know. Nothing about it. It doesn't have to be about a passive. He's thinking. See, I got his brain working again. It was stalled for a second. He was in that little bubble again.
I got one for you, Ash. In the last 6 years, it's almost 6 years. When did you realize? Was there a specific event where you said, "Wow, this is bigger than I thought, and I'm going to go from what I started to where we are today"? Was there an event?
It happened multiple times, and every time, like ironically, it's like you're in the midst of a chaotic theme, and you feel like the sky is falling, and it's dark, and like whoa, and then some light beam shows up. It happened frequently, multiple times. So it happened as late as this morning.
Wow.
Yeah. No kidding. Something was stuck for a while, and uh, we just had a random question, and a couple of days ago, or probably a week ago, and we got confirmation. Wow,
Beautiful.
it's unbelievable. So you think sometime, wow, it's definitely bigger than you wished for.
Do you think perseverance has had a big impact in where you are today? Just that dog-headed perseverance of pushing forward all the time, rather than acceptance of the norm.
That's one thing. It cannot be one thing. Mostly it's a set of leadership qualities that you have to have the mind capacity and uh, mindset as well to be able to sustain throughout all those arrows, if you wish. Uh, and you have to have a bigger vision than these passing clouds. So you constantly want to zoom out and think about the big picture, and that will give you the perseverance. For example, that's one thing, but it's one through many things. I have to tell you, we go back to the basics, and I believe the character is everything. So the fact that you want to do and produce something that is clean, and you want to be truthful to your words or statements and all of that, it's constantly important. Sometimes things cost us a lot, and I just mean more than money, time, energy, and all of that. And others, while they're working on them, I'm talking about uh, really qualified people work. And I say, why do you have to do that? It's like, what is the return on that? Well, because we said it. Maybe it wasn't that wise, but we just want to. So you end up paying a high price just to keep your word, and something that you realize it can be done differently. But um, so to be honest and to be um with good ethics, far beyond you know than just building a business. It's more important. So the character is important. So that is probably the good compass, if you wish, that is always steering us back. So you zoom out, you think who you want to be, okay? Because you have to have clarity on who you want to be and where you want to go. Not because it's easy to get distracted by the daily happenings, okay, and just end up in a different direction. But we have a clear standard and roadmap that we want to go somewhere. It's not just for us, and it's easy to get back on track and make sure that you are doing the right thing. So that is the scale on which way do you do it.
What a great insight.
Thank you. I don't think just typical business mentality will be able to do that. Again, a big challenge is what you're doing or the style that you're doing it is um, uncomfortable for the norm. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is like you're growing too fast, or you grew too fast. That whoa, 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 all the sirens are on, and okay, so there are a few things, and if you think about them, they're not big. They're not bad. Like it's not a bad thing what we're doing. So the challenges are another evidence and confirmation that and validation for our um, direction. If it was possible that we don't have to go through this and we have options out there, believe it or not, I'm not that complicated. I will choose the easy way. Okay. If there was an option that forget Onpassive, outside Onpassive, if there was a different philosophy or strategy that aligns with our principles, I'd be all over it. I'm not interested in the drama.
Yeah. Goes with the territory though, doesn't it? Unfortunately, sometimes, when people start noticing you and you end up becoming, I don't want to use the word threat, but when a
Threat.
business,
It is a threat. Some people will bankrupt
yeah,
and businesses. And not because we want to do that, it's just because people are going to realize, and we know they will realize this is a better option.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And,
And they,
consumership will drive that anyway, whether they like it or not.
yeah. And when things get tough, another pill I take, my son made it up, Chris. He sees things, like that, and busy and overwhelmed, and he says, "Why don't you chillax a little bit? Chillax,
Good.
chill, and relax.
Give him a high five
Make,
for me, will you? High
makes
five. Give him one.
makes a chillax pill." So I take that every other day or so. I chillax.
There's a saying in the kitchens that my niece used to say, pressure is for tires only.
That's good, Red. That's good. I like that one. You got to give him a high five for me, Ash, because that's chillax, Dad.
Chillax.
Yeah, he's a character for sure. Dangerous. So the turning point, yeah, and what else? Chris, aside from profanity.
No profanity. No profanity. My daughter's driving me nuts right now.
Okay, well, tell her hello and enjoy your day. Chillax.
That's what she's gonna tell me. She tells me that all the time.
Do you need any other services?
This. Hold on. Keep talking, you guys.
So who's going to be there? Minu, Ron? Is he?
And a few thousand other people.
So I apologize. We've invaded their show without permission. If they,
No, they're already happy. Don't worry about that. They're fine.
I don't know who else will be awake at the time.
We're going to make sure the entire world is
I'll
awake.
make sure I'm there. Collins will definitely be there.
Yeah.
Collins, he doesn't sleep.
We'll have all the special people on there that you love to dear.
We'll take care of it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And yeah, we'll get a list together for you.
Yeah.
We got to teach you a new song, Ash. Ready? On the road again. I was singing that driving there. I can't wait to get back on the road again. My daughter was playing my music on her phone today, and I thought, where'd you get these songs? This is the 80s. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool to cruise with your kid. It'd be cool. It'd be even better if my son and grandsons were here. That would be even a lot more fun. But I'm gonna need a little bit bigger bus if I gotta put them. Maybe 2 more years, I'm gonna get a 40-footer because this is fun. I gotta admit, there's some stressful. Like I showed my daughter today when it gets real windy because I wanted her to drive it, but because we were in such a hurry, I will do it when I get home. But when that wind hits you, it kind of throws you real hard. You gotta pull yourself back. But pretty cool. It's nothing like running an entire global company, but it's a little more fun, I think. I just put gas in it and go. That's my only saying I could say. Look at him. He's in his own little bubble again. Look, he went right back into that bubble when I talk.
I was thinking about the European market. Red, what do you think would be interesting for the European market this summer to happen that can be more engaged and excited because statistics say that our biggest market is, believe it or not, Asia, okay? Considering India, Bangladesh. Secondly will be Northern America, US, Canada. And third will be Europe. But not one country makes up that. UK, of course, it's always big in business. But UK, Ireland, Netherlands, Germany, of course, Hungary. There are a few countries. Okay, so and then Africa. How could we connect better to be more appealing to the European market?
I think Europe is a multinational melting pot anyway. There's no other land mass that is so close together that has so many different languages so close together. You take America, they basically speak English and Spanish throughout the whole of the North and South America. Middle East, obviously, Arabic, and a few other languages as well. And then you go through Asia, which have their own language. But within Europe, you've got probably best part of 10 different languages within a very small land mass area. So I think if you're going to target the Europeans, having something that is going to be appealing language-wise for all of them that they can understand, that for me would be a really good way in, because you could promote that. And obviously with what's happening with OConnect with the auto translation, I've been saying it for a very, very long time. I think that is going to be the biggest hook as far as what people are going to be interested in, because most businesses that I know of larger scale have people in different European countries, and predominantly they have to do their meetings in English, and that's not always the best option, but it's the only option that they have. And if there is things in place where you are appealing or the way that people will be looking at us saying, yes, we can really utilize these products because of this, then I think that would be certainly something that they would look at.
That makes sense to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. And of course, I don't know what the other products are yet, so I can't really comment on that. But that's for me, is because we're very close to all the other nations, but it's definitely the language barrier that separates us all, if that makes sense.
Yeah. There's a product for sure is going viral this year, 2024, all over the world. I guarantee that. Don't say the name, okay? But I don't know if I've ever told you, but Ovatar.
Ovatar. Ooh.
That's a must-have on every single device.
Have your own Ovatar. Fantastic.
It is ingenious.
Did you say Bobatar or Overtar?
Ovatar. O.
Avatar, change
Avatar
it
with
with
an
an
O.
O. Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
That's what we do.
That's all we do. We just change it and put an O on it.
Replace,
That's it.
you know, how is Academy? Same thing.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas now.
Academy.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas, Ash. You ready?
Ovatar?
No, it's going to be a big stamp, and it's going to have a big O, and you're going to stamp everything. Oh. Be a perfect for a desk thing.
I get it, yeah.
You know, you like they used to do approved. You're gonna have a O. That'll be your stamp of approval, the O. I'm always thinking the little stuff.
Yeah.
There's only one product that doesn't start with O, Chris, so far that we know of. What's that, Chris?
The only red, I don't know. The only product that doesn't start with O?
Yeah.
B starts with B.
Starts with B?
Barbecue sauce.
I didn't say that.
Barbecue.
Yeah. On Joy for a start. That's not O.
That's an O.
On.
On.
Enjoy.
Mm.
O-N.
Yeah.
But starts with an O.
Right.
Yeah, I know it starts with an O, but it's not as a O. It's not O Joy.
Yeah, there's another one also with on, but let's not say it.
Ah, okay. And what's
There's
the B
another
one then?
on, but it's like Onpassive.
Ah,
No, it's not B. No, it's not. I get what you're saying. Okay, it's not O something. It's on something, but still the letter O.
true story.
Yeah,
It's all gonna start with O.
I love the on. I love it. It's
Yeah, I do.
it's energy. It's active.
Look at it.
Was it your wife's or your kid's choice? That I think it was, wasn't it?
It was collective. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a few names. My son is obsessed with robotic things and blaze and codes and things like that. I wonder what he's gonna name his kids. Probably there would be a code or a number,
What?
like Elon Musk.
That's why he loves Marty so much. You know that, Red. Why? Marty DeGarm. Oh. Marty DeGarm. Oh. Come on, that was funny. Look, he goes right. You notice he's been going into his bubble when I'm talking. You see that, Red?
I think that's just called ignoring, actually, Chris.
The tech team was saying, "Will you tell that guy to shut up?"
No, but I'm sure 3,356 people are.
Yeah. Let me see. Are they chatting? Maybe we could see if they're interested in more things, because we cannot dictate what the rest of the conversation. So let
Yeah,
people.
somebody was asking me about booking.
Booking. Yeah.
Is that going to be to do with travel?
We had a discussion yesterday about that. Actually, it was we had a meeting for some. So what we have is we've created a couple of things, but we yesterday we had a discussion. We want to merge them. So there is a concept of the travel, just like hotels.com or booking.com or portal, basically for car rental, for rooms and flights and things like that. Okay, um, with other exclusive options for Onpassive. So that's one side of it, and there's another uh, for the professionals to have basically their calendar management. Okay, booking appointments.
Okay.
Okay, and set appointments. You know, whether it's a dentist or lawyer or whatever professionals. So for small businesses, is much needed. So the discussion yesterday was to see the possibility of combining them instead of having two, but they're not necessarily the same concept. What's your say on that? So we can have two
It,
separate one, but it's one could be the 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 booking. Okay, we always can. We're open to revise the name. We're never like, oh, this is the name. We're not going to change it. There are a couple of things that I would not change the name at any cost. Okay, but there are a few things like, yeah, we're open. I mean, to have a better clarity. I'll give you example, like, or virtual. We came up with something better, and that's the on guard.
okay.
So for security and so what's your say? Oh, booking. I mean, we
It
forget
would
the name.
is ticketing going to be involved as well for booking? So like concerts and that type of stuff in
Yeah,
booking as well.
that's the travel. So let's say one is
Yeah.
travel, and one is uh basically the managing your agenda.
I mean, I suppose if
Do
it's
you
if
do you see a link, or they should be standalone products?
what do you reckon, Jane? Calendar standalone from the booking or included?
Should have Robin on here for that question. What do you think?
Good question. Yeah, where is she?
She's probably here. Where you at, Rob? Ben. Let me see if she's hiding. Wow. A lot of people on here.
Can't you just get one link to the other?
Yeah, there will be.
Yeah.
Robin. All right, let's see. Robin Noble. Make speaker. Here she comes. Come on, Robin. Marty, I don't know if I can make her. Yeah, there it goes. I think I got her.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Robin.
All right, time to
Robin.
go.
Oh, she just came quick. Hello.
Fast.
How are
Hello,
you?
Ash. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. 316. Thank
Better
you for
to
the
see you.
inclusion. In response, Ash, I think it's better if you keep them as two separate identities.
And you're paying attention. Wow.
Of course.
Man,
Everybody is leaning toward that direction. Yeah.
I think
I
the
like
importance,
simplicity, but sometimes less is more.
yeah, I think the simplicity, though, of keeping the appointments separate, everybody will use that for different industries as well, personal, as you say, and professional. I think the travel side of it gets it can potentially become quite busy and complicated. And I think putting them together, I think would cause a bit more stress, both on how it's done as well as maneuvering through the site. keeping it separate, I think, would be a better, easier way.
I hear you. Sometimes it's needed to be merged. I'll give you an example. There's like something about the concept of information, and there's a concept about automation. That is necessary to be in one. Okay, so there's a concept we have, so we call it omation.
Of course.
You got it? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So that in that event is necessary to have a combination.
Absolutely. I think it depends also how deep you choose to go into the travel components. If you're keeping it just for somebody to go in and click on a few things to get the information, then I think your idea of merging the two together perfect, because then you're also storing what you're looking at within that other platform of appointments and timelines, and that sort of thing. But I think if you're going beyond the searching and that sort of thing to an actual application of where they can book in terms of having an agency within the platform, then I think it would be easier to keep it separate.
Understood. What do you think of Avatar?
Absolutely necessary and greatly appreciated, and I'm looking forward to it.
Anyone can bet me on that is a viral product, probably one of the quickest viral ever.
I would bet on your side. Not just because you're Ash, but definitely with what I know and what I'm seeing going on out there. And
If I
being able
explain it to you or to anyone, obviously, you're going to see, huh, that's one of the things when you think, never thought about that, but it's so much needed.
Why,
I
why
thought it
didn't I
exists.
think of
Yeah, yeah. And it's when it's like that, that is a viral thing.
Yeah.
When you think it's already there, okay, but the way you do it, obviously. So it's good to chillax once in a while and come up with ideas.
Brainstorm is always good.
You're gonna run with that chillax, aren't you, for a while, aren't you, guys? Huh? You're gonna be using that chillax word, I think, for the next couple of weeks. Now, do you call Hyderabad and say, "Now, wait a minute, I want y'all to chillax, man"? Do you do that to him? Do you call up Dr. Turk and say, "Yo, Dr. Turk, chillax, man"? No, that I would love to see. That would be funny. What do you think they'd say if you told them that?
Indian people are, in general, they're very polite and respectful. It's even if they disagree with you, it's a big, long spin, and but for the most part, they kind of like, yes, sir, we'll do the needful, and uh, rest assured, everything will be good. We'll take care of that. Things like that. Yeah, that's. Um, but then they come up with a long, long story why it was impossible in their ability.
Chillax.
Underline their ability. So they said, okay, we're on it. We're creating a war room. That's what they use. It's like, I don't know. And yeah, for example, when things are urgent, important, it's a common thing, in most societies. I've noticed that they strive for a better life, and when they realize and recognize that you're doing something to their betterment, they respect you more. You become a major part of their life. They count on you. They like to talk to you, just like you now, more than just business. Okay, I understand what Chris was talking about. What's something you want us to know more that we don't know, or something. He was not talking about business,
Nope.
but a logical mind in New Jersey thinks only business.
You know the coolest thing I saw this year, Ash? Want to know the coolest thing that you said to us when you brought up the story about when you were that 14-year-old kid and you had those three choices?
13.
13. That was the coolest, I thought, the coolest story. I actually bragged about that for the next couple of days about you. You just didn't know because I was talking to completely strange people. But
So it is Dr. Ayman who is my teacher in 1987.
wow, 13 years old. You're just, is that when you had ginger hair? You were a ginger?
No, it was brown. Like that's when I think from 10 and onward, I was turning to darker in my hair. And then the last couple of years, gray or whiter.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It works. It's okay. Age shows wisdom.
Yeah.
So is Dr. Iman fitting in nicely? Is he getting excited? Is he got his teeth into what he wants to do?
Well, he basically, you could say, one of those who traveled the world in 40 years has been in the IT industry, just like half of, no, more than half of our staff probably were not born, okay, at the time. And for somebody to be a legendary uh, and make a decision, no, I'm not retiring, or doing so and so business or creating my own consultancy business or whatever. He could do any of that. Saw the vision of the Onpassive and the people that we have on board, and some you know, and some you don't even know. Uh, that is an easy decision for some of the recent people. They joined for because so and so is with us. And to them, that's a validation that we're doing something different. We're doing something unique, and they want to be a part of the journey. I can tell you the core, if you allow me to say, is expanding and it's uh, being enlarged. Um, but I I think we would have to ask him directly. From what I see, is he has changed his life. He moved from a different place to be next to the office, and he literally asked for a place to sleep at the office. I will tell you a fun fact. He he's a bad smoker, and he cannot help himself from not smoking. So we would have to create a specific wing for him that he can smoke. You know, you're not allowed to smoke in a building.
Right.
Uh, so we would have, so we had to revamp a special suite for him where he can ventilators and no smoke alarm or uh, detector, and we just made it happen. He said the only thing I cannot quit is smoking. So we would have to make that exception for him. So he moved and he's asking to sleep at the office, and we justified his workplace to be there. He brought a bunch of doctors, a bunch of engineers from all across the globe. Some were moving them into Dubai, and some will remain where they are. We're opening another branch because we realize there's a group in another city that has a good crowd. So we said we're just going to open an office there this year. Uh, I mean, all those indications to me sound like he's excited. I I like his style. Very very, 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 very fast. And you're talking, he's taking notes and he's already finding solutions. By the time you finish your thought or an idea, you already have a structure for that, and who we're going to bring from Ireland or UK or whatever is going to be assigned to that. But he's working for Microsoft. What are you going to do? No, I'll bring him. That's how much he believes. So and so works for Oracle. Okay, that's why Collins has to be with us. Literally, people in the UK, in Ireland, in Germany, you name it, all over the place, in Sweden, and you just have incredible contacts, and all of them don't question when he say, "You come and work with me." Like somebody's working 15 years as a head in one of those companies. Google. Somebody's 20, like basically it's in the inception of Google. How are they going to come? I do it. I just like that. Man of few words, definitely. Notes. Monster note taker, like Janet, yourself, and of course Daryl and Peter, all the note takers. Very, 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 very good at taking notes. So he's one of those men, their action is louder than their words. So
Cool.
we'll have to ask him, how passionate are you? I mean, he's definitely,
He sounds pretty passionate already.
I would say this is definitely his last station. Bad smoker, I have to tell you that. He smokes like a chimney.
Really? I'll introduce him to Henry over here. Same way. He won't stop smoking. Drive me nuts. Yeah.
Does it tease you? Does it like?
Nope. I don't want nothing to do with cigarettes. I don't want nothing to do with tobacco, period. So,
Very good.
listen, if I would have still been smoking when I fell and I lost that lung, it'd have been 100 times worse. Let me tell you that. 100 times worse. There's a reason for everything. Remember that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Yeah. Once in a while, I say, I wish I can be on that smoke or crack when I see some people are so relaxed. But definitely, it is unhealthy. Yeah.
Dad,
Terrible. What?
Phil wants to go with me.
My dog's getting in my daughter's suitcase.
Yeah.
Come.
Take her with you. Save me some
It's,
trouble.
it's always good, Ash, though, to have a little bit more insight into the minds and the personalities and all the rest of it of the people who are, I suppose, working behind the scenes. Obviously, we see the ones we see occasionally are, on the screen, but to actually listen to you talking about these people and the way you are certainly gives us a lot more insight into what goes on behind the scenes. I mean, you've just said that this guy's asked for a bed at work. I mean,
No joke.
who
I'm
does
not making this up.
who does
I
that?
will tell you. He said, I, like, don't. We needed to get him a place to live in because he was in a different location. To relocate him, we said, yeah, we're gonna find. No, 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 no. Can you do that at work? No, come on. I don't even know if it's legal. It's not a hotel. But he said, then the closest spot.
Wow. And do you think, Ash, that a lot of the people who are coming now to collaborate and work with Onpassive now is because of the look behind the curtains that they've had and the vision that you have of what you are trying to achieve, when they haven't been able to, I suppose, reach their full potential in where they're working because of constraints, whereas in on passive it's completely the difference. Do you think that's one of the reasons why they come?
Uh, a couple of things, to be honest with you. So, for example, like when Dr. Ayman he is the connection with, I'll give you example. When he invites Dr. So and so from Manchester, okay? You're gonna come and work here, okay? Uh, that's it. So he is following the leader or the expert, is like that, and then the rest is just gonna follow automatically. All right. So that's one thing. Or let's say Dr. Susan, somebody to work, or this or that. I'm just saying names that you know. That's one thing. The other thing is when we're interacting in an event or something indirectly uh, without a plan, and then I spot, for example, I say, I feel this person is knowledgeable about this topic, so we want them in on passive, and they do their magic. Okay, they approach the person that, well, you already know, have an idea about on passive. Okay, so now outside uh, the the themes, especially in other locations, for probably uh, in a couple of uh, countries, a couple on one hand, maybe uh, it's not as known, or if it's known, it's kind of like negative reputation. But for the most part, uh, we have a good buzz. Okay,
Yeah.
so consider U.S. I'm sorry, UAE. Uh, so when they're not digging deeper on the outside, yeah, I know this company. Oh, well, it's like one of like the main household brands. And secondly, they follow the people that are around. They've been working with them, and we've interacted, so they like to work with us. And we mentioned the name; they already know us, like a done deal. And they come and then they chat the usual, and they see a couple of dumb videos, okay, or opinions. And to my knowledge, for the most part, so many, if not all, I can almost tell you, almost to 100% degree, they come and say, "This is how I see it. Uh, you're doing amazing. This is disruptive. This is incredible. But something wrong with your like online presence." Okay, everybody comes like that. This is not you. This is not who you are. This is not what we're talking about. It's almost like a different company. Is there something else? Is it so immediately they start coming up with ideas. Uh, we should fix this. We could do, what can we contribute to enhance this image and align with the facts? Okay, so almost everybody in that, and a good portion of them, Red and everyone, they start thinking, uh, I really want to fight harder for this company because I know what they're doing, and they're being unfairly attacked, and I want to really be a part of showing who they really are. Okay, uh, we're pleased, and definitely like that. Uh, so the people that you see or you got to see, because they don't mind being there, or I've asked them, okay, but there are a number of people, they're either so busy or they're not like that used to speaking up publicly, or they don't want to make a commitment and all that. Everybody can talk, trust me, okay, but not everybody is available anytime just to come and hop on us having a conversation like right now. um, but I'm actually fortunate. Not only Dr. Ayman, I mean, going back to the conversation that thrilled me, myself, I'm blessed. I mean, come on, these people are pioneers in the industry, and others, of course. To see them working with us and for us at the moment, and like they're becoming partners and like taking us uh, in a much faster pace to our goals. What else could you ask for? Like seriously.
No,
So
I, I mean, for me, it's really amazing to see. I mean, a lot of us here have been in part of the journey of Onpassive from a long, long time ago to where we are here. I mean, I have to sort of take a step back sometimes to look at what we are, as a company, and that's just me. Look,
yeah, yeah.
and
I can
from
tell you
your
something.
from
Allow me
well,
something.
sure,
Will you? Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah, sure,
um, there's an upcoming event next week or so, on the 5th.
yeah,
The
for the police.
yes, the summit. Okay, and so we've expanded that obviously with food and stuff and more marketing and all of that. Also, they want to feature all those departments, want to feature some videos about Onpassive. Another
Wow.
pay. I said, okay, on their social media, on their now. I didn't plan that. I wouldn't even dare to ask for it. And because you're talking about like when you reflect back, then how can we quickly give them videos about a little bit about Onpassive? And when we start, okay, well, wait a minute, okay, Egypt, this event, that event, okay, India, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, last. So what we just did about a quick recap for 2023,
Oh yeah,
and we are like, oh my God, we did all that in one year. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
and good news, we have it on videos now, and we'll share them with you. I
Well, I
love
know,
them.
I know how you feel anyway. I mean, every single Wednesday, I do 7 day recap, and by the time you go back 7 days and recap what's happened in a week, it's amazing how you forget what's happened in a week, let alone what's happened in a month or 6 months or a year or 5 years. And sometimes you do need to take a step away to have a look. And you were talking about looking at the bigger picture, and that's a very true saying for so many people, isn't it? Sometimes people get very blinkered and focused in small areas,
Yeah,
rather than saying, whoa, 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 put the brakes on a minute, let's just step back and have a look at the big picture. And it is a very true saying that you have to focus on what the goal is rather than the moment you're in at the moment. It really is. Somebody else say something. I'm talking too much.
yeah. No, no, it makes sense to me, and I want to remind you of something, which DeGarmo mentioned. Like we're approaching 6 years. Let's call it 5 years, okay? Um, Successful people don't plan a month ahead or a week. They plan 5 to 10 years increments of their life. Go to Mark Cuban, successful person. I don't know if he's known in the or Kevin O'Leary, Canadian. Uh, or Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, those names, they don't plan a week at a time. 5, 10 years increments, 12 years sometime increment. And that's when you actually can weigh if you're having progress or if you actually made a good step. Success is not made in a bomb. That's probably fame or something that hits accidentally by luck. Success is made in increments. Daily increments yield into massive success over a long period of time. That's what I look at. So if you look at like if the increments of weeks or days, some days you have destructive days. Okay, not like that you have more to fix than um, that you're progressing. Some days are amazing. Okay, you have multiple things in one day positively. Uh, but if you reflect on the overall, not to say 1 year, but now if I look back at, okay, the last 5 years increment, I never thought we would be here now. Like, I'm not saying to exist, I'm saying like to be at this level, though it might not be as crystal clear to the public. Okay. Uh, but we know what we have and what's coming. Okay. And I can tell you, I never thought we would be at this level. It's
Wow.
no way, no way. Now, that gives me the confidence or the evidence. It's a no-brainer to me. Okay, what could happen in the next 5 years when you have all those engines ignited? I know who we have. I know who's coming. I know the projects. I know what projects they came up with. I know what we built. Things take time, so you want to focus on the accumulative effort. In business and life, you have good days, you have bad days. But if you're having something as good as on passive, the overall of it is massive.
And of course, the change it's going to do to so many people as well. I mean, you are in the lucky position of having the full map in front of you and knowing what you have. We from our end, we obviously read between lines, and we
Yeah.
look at the facts that we know, but also I think seeing you and the way that you deliver things as well, and obviously through Marty and Chris, we try and relay to others that this is the best business you're ever going to be in, because can't you see what our CEO can see? Look at the way and his enthusiasm, look at the people who work for us, look at the products we're going to have, look at how it's all been laid out. And if people can't see what is going to happen, then maybe it's just not for them.
Good point. Red, as well as if things go that exactly as you wish at first glance, first of all, you're not always right. So it's a good thing they don't go the way you want, because you get to exercise and experience. Oh, there is this loophole, or maybe there's a better way, or that's not the right way to do it. So you would have to go to the test, and practical life is the real test. um, for the most part, if not 100% of the times, it doesn't go as easy, it doesn't go as you plan this way, but oh well, the first challenge, the second hurdle, the third, the fourth, and then you overcome them, but at the end, you achieve that goal. Not as realistically easy as you thought. I don't want to say the word easy, but uh, I think maybe not as doably.
Envisaged.
Yeah, you thought, okay, yeah, we always consider, a room of failure or a frame of margin of mistakes, etc. That is possible, but also add to it external uh, resistance, and then you reach it. Then when you set up a new goal, it's a done deal, because you've been through this hundreds of times.
Yeah.
uh, I will tell you something that might give you a glimpse of the biggest thing you care about on passive, or at least the biggest segment of the population of on passive. um, I had a few crazy pay structures in the beginning and not considering that they're just going to be troubled, okay, from some nations, and then started to tweak. Okay, then as we go, so we've revised that hundreds of times to align with compliance and world regulations. Um, doesn't mean it's wrong, okay? It just people are not used to it, or systems are not used to it, and then you end up, well, this got a bit far from the main track that we wanted to be on. And then internally, I start thinking, this is not right. I don't want it to go back from the original, to go away. And then I come up, I say, I have to revise the whole thing, come up with another one. And I go check, no, not acceptable. Or 40% is okay, the rest is not okay. Then you go back and revise back and forth, back and forth. So numerous of pay structure I've pitched and offered, and there. So what that created is more tenacity and more persistence. I have to come up with something that even doesn't occur to their brain, that there's not even a scale that you can think of. How do you even justify this? How do you even measure this? uh, so it increases your will to come up with something that you cannot say no to it. And I need to come up with something even better because I want to prove that my initial intention, I was good about the intention, but not about the details and the mechanics. So how can I make a blend between both to be accepted and satisfy my conscious, but at the same time to justify what didn't go as wished for, to come up with something better. That's exactly what happened with the pay structure.
Fantastic.
So what you know is just the trouble part, okay, for now. But what I came up with, you're gonna hug me for that, high five
Well,
me, and some will kiss me.
I'm gonna quote what Marty DeGarmo always says. It doesn't matter whatever happens and whatever setbacks that you might think, Mr. Ashmifara always comes back with something better than you didn't expect.
I guarantee, okay, that there's no company, when you say like there's nothing better than Onpassive, yeah, I guarantee this is something that never happened before, and I doubt it would ever happen before after. The key um, is the willingness to give more. Then the rest will follow, because typically there's no genuine desire to give that much or to give more.
Of course not.
So the problem is not in the mechanics to come up with an idea that is accepted in terms of legality and compliance and regulations. That is not the challenge. The challenge is the willing to give more. So we have it the other way, the upside down. We had it where we want to give more, and that is like surpassing all the norms, okay? And you want to give more, and you know the intention is there. So you end up having, okay, one way to do it. You got to invent something. So you stretch that little brain
Grey
capacity
matter.
and come up with something. Yeah. And so the how is always the last part in our calculation. We don't think of that. Is the main thing is what you want to do. And I guarantee what we're willing to give, what we're willing to do is unmatched. I guarantee that. You
Amazing.
cannot say the word I guarantee unless you really guarantee. I guarantee nobody want to give what we want to give or willing to. So the mechanics are 20% of the game. Nothing. You'll find a way.
Well,
But the
thank you, Ash.
psychology and the willingness to do it. When I tell you we're going to change this earth, literally. Not
Somebody
smoke.
somebody else take it away. I've been talking all the time. Sorry.
All right.
You give me
I'll
the
let-
royal wave there, Chris.
I get talking.
No,
I'll be talking
we
like
stopped
you.
him his plan. I really enjoyed this break with you in this afternoon, and it was really pleasant to connect and just have a casual chat. I always enjoy this, and I'm kind of like warming up so we can have a more productive dialogue tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
I love you all. God bless
Thank you,
you.
Ash.
You too, brother.
We're winning. We're winning. Okay.
That's all we do.
That's what we do. Take care. I leave. You close this out, whatever you do. Okay. Bye.
Oh, okay.